Okay, so what specifically do you do in Ghana
Mhm.
as you came to Ghana and you have businesses there?
Yes.
I presume you run the same businesses here in Ghana.
Similar. We'll
Okay.
talk about the ministry side first because everything really started with the ministry. And
Okay.
so coming back and forth to Ghana, we do a lot in the village. We send a lot of food and supplies. We take care of the elders here in the village. We did the food drive a
Yeah.
week ago, which you was able to attend. And so really the ministry side basically kind of dictated the work that we do here in Ghana. We have, hundreds of churches through Fresh Anointing International House of Worship, through the Council of Integrity, churches in Accra, churches in Kumasi, with Bishop Frederick Adatuji. And so that work basically allowed us to kind of view and see just the needs here in Ghana. And so being a businessman, I said, it would be cool to do business here as well too, so that the business here can fund the ministry that we do and also provide jobs, provide opportunities for people that may not have it.
Wow, it's interesting. If you care to know, Minister Corey Johnson is the founder of Joshua Foundation, and recently, in December, if you remember, on Ghana Fest, we visited some veteran actors and actresses, and recently too, we visited some elderly as well. The elderly, he has a thing for the elderly, so he really cares about them a lot. He would do anything for the elderly, and this is somebody who really, really loves to care for people, and he's been doing this for quite a long time. And Minister Corey Johnson, the food drive is not today you started. Why did you decide to do the food drive?
Well, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
during quarantine, we basically, I called my friend Nana. And so I asked him, I said, well, are there any needs that we can kind of take care of? Because people were having a hard time during quarantine, during lockdown. And in the United States, we were blessed. The government was providing money, providing resources. And so we were real blessed in the States. So in Nigeria, I have a friend that's a chief. And so I helped his village out. We did a food drive over there. And then when I called Nana, I said, kind of assess the situation. And he basically came back and said the elderly. And so that was just right in my wheelhouse already. So we started to send food, money for food and supplies, because a lot of them, they really can't do anything for themselves. And so that's one of the things about the elderly, just my experience in selling insurance. I'll sit in the house, I hear the stories, and I'll be encouraged. And the elderly, they were always encouraging to me. They always tell me, great job, keep it up. We're blessed to see you doing what you're doing. And one thing you have to understand is that every generation stands on the shoulders of the generation before us. Okay, so in the city that I live in, Montgomery, Alabama, it's a very historic city. It's known for civil rights. It's you can kind of parallel that to the independence of Ghana in 1957. And so Dr. Martin Luther King, he was here in 1957 when Ghana received its independence. And so he actually prophesied that African Americans would come back and do work and do business in Ghana. So you see how we kind of just are a progression of what came before us. And so if you can kind of stay in tune.
I believe you're pretty excited about it. You're return.
Yeah. So, not that I'm Dr. King, but it's like we're following in those footsteps.
Okay.
And so it's a blessing because the thing with the elderly is that that's where a lot of the wisdom comes from. And if you sit down and you take time to talk to somebody that's older and listen to their stories, you get revelation, you get wisdom, you get insight from that. And so because of that, because I've been blessed, by the elders in my business, I want to be a blessing to them. And so again, with the quarantine, Nana said, hey, look, people were facing starvation, some people actually died and lost their life. So it kind of just touched the nerve. And so I said, well, let's do something about it. And so that's how we kind of got into that. And it's been a real blessing for us.
Wow, that's a great job you've been doing that. I congratulate you and I urge you to do more. And may God continue to empower you to do more because these people really need the kind of help you're giving them. God bless you a lot.
Thank you.
What other things are you doing in Ghana? I heard you building you plan to do something more?
Yeah, well, we want to kind of tap more into the village. So we want to put a well, you know, that's kind of like the next goal, because they don't really have any running water. You know, a lot of them are bathing in the ocean, and you know, so it's a situation where if we can get running water, put a well there, you know, it would actually kind of help with disease and different things like that, you know, sanitary, hygiene, things of that nature. So, you know, that's really the next thing that we want to do, you know, helping that village in Cape Coast. That will not only impact the elders, but that will impact the whole village. And so it kind of amazed me when we were there, and I looked at the village, and Nana said, you know, it's thousands of people there. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah, they're densely populated. You saw it yourself.
Yeah, I didn't.
And viewers, you can see the video as we talk here.
Yeah. So, you know, to be able to try to make the lives of thousands of people better, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
It's a huge blessing. And a country that does not, we may not see these people, they are not superheroes, they are not really in the limelight that we are seeing them do something, but they are really imparting in the society. They have words of wisdom. Unfortunately, they may not have a way of grooming a lot of people, but other people around them, they are giving them words of wisdom and other things. So you're doing a great job. God richly bless you for that.